Okay. What is up, good people? Hope y'all can hear me, and I hope I ain't talking to myself again. But regardless of how it go, we gonna go ahead and move forward. I'm gonna check this audio one more time to make sure that we putting out on the right channel. And yeah, we about to do this thing. So again, welcome to one more episode of the Book of Man book study, where we are studying Atomic Habits. All right, OG in the house says sound good. All right, we good to go then. All right, man. I'm gonna go ahead and fade this music out, and we about to go. Well, hold on. Now give me my theme music. That never get old. That never get old. Got to give a quick shout out to the OG, the man that was here from the beginning. So we love him, man. We glad he here. All right. So before we jump into it, Jason the Lions got called away, but the show must go on. And no lie, I'm tired because I had to stay after school and didn't leave till about 6:30. But we got here, got this ready, and we are moving. So y'all know how it go. If you got something to say, go ahead and type it in the comments. I'll throw it up. We'll talk about it. There we go, man. If you want to be on the show, throw a comment down there. I'll shoot the link out there. You can come on if you want to. But yeah, that is it. That is it. So let's go ahead and roll with this. All right, lesson number 2. Really, chapter 2. And I titled this is Change Necessary. Now, the title of the chapter is How Habits Shape Your Identity, and vice versa, how your identity shape your habits. And that's real important. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So the chapter start out and it talks about the 3 levels of change. So it's 3 levels of change. And it's outcomes, processes, and identity. Those are 3 things that you can change to make something happen in your life. But the difference is the order in which you change them make a difference on how successful you are. So the question I have, and I put up here, is change necessary to achieve your goals? So if you're trying to do something in life, is it necessary for you to change yourself in order to get it done? Is that something that has to happen? Now, everybody gonna have a different thing to say about this. To me, change has to happen. But the bad thing is people are always resistant to change. We fight it so hard. If you ever been working at a place like a warehouse or any kind of job, let them change the way you do things. You change that, people gonna buck all day long. They're gonna try to do everything they can not to do it. Matter of fact, they're gonna sabotage you before you can do it. But let's look at this thing. Now he says the 3 parts to change, right? There we go. It's a part of the process. Man, OG, you right, bro. And I'm glad that you already read the book, listened to the book, did all that. You ready to go, and you understand. Like, if you don't change, then you can't do it at all. And he says that the most effective way to change your habits is to not focus on what you want to achieve, but focus on who you want to become. And that's the big part. For me, I figured I see the logic in it. Instead of saying I'm trying to do something, you say I am a person who does. And then your body follows who you are. So for example, he talked about the smoker, and we talked about this earlier. But a person, 2 people smoking cigarettes, one trying to quit, both of them trying to quit, right? And you know how it is when you be on a job, people who smoke cigarettes get a whole bunch of smoke breaks, and they'll share everything. They even smoke off the same cigarette. And these days you don't drink after nobody, but y'all smoke on that same cigarette. But I don't smoke, so I don't know what that's like. But anyway, you got these 2 people. A person came and said, "Hey man, you want a cigarette?" offered it to them. One of them said, "No, thank you. I'm trying to quit." And then the second one says, "No, I'm not a smoker." Who's going to be more successful in the goal? Is it going to people? Is it going to be the person who say, "I'm trying to quit," or is it going to be that one that say, "I don't smoke anyway"? And like we talked about last week, once you say you not something, some people gonna leave you alone. They ain't gonna offer you that no more. So that might help you go ahead and get to the quitting part. So what are you gonna do? That is like the deepest thing you can do is change your identity, change who you are in order to get that done. So I'm gonna show you this thing. Let me see if I can. There he is. You got to speak it into existence. Yeah, let's talk about that for a little bit. Um, People always use the word manifesting. They always say that I'm trying to manifest this, I'm manifesting that. And they throw it around like we have magical powers and can make something appear out of nothing. But I'm here to tell you, and I'll tell you the truth. We can't manifest stuff. We can't make things appear out of thin air. The only thing you can manifest is a change within yourself. That's the only thing you can change. You can't change nothing else in this world. We're not powerful enough to even fathom doing that, but we can change us. I tell these kids all the time, you know what? You you can't manifest things. You can't manifest somebody to stop talking about you. All you can do is manifest the way that you respond to it. Yeah, OG said only God can do that. And that's true. We only God can manifest stuff and make things out of nothing. And that's something that we need to get across. That's the whole crux of this whole thing. All right, Mr. Bernard Brown. Hello, my brother. All right, Mr. Bernard, man. Good. Thanks for dropping by. But I'm gonna try to pull up this thing. Let me show you this. I'm gonna move it over here. Let's see if I can share this thing. Hold on. I'm gonna share the screen. And let's see. I want a Chrome tab. Nope, a window right here. Okay, I'm gonna throw this up there. Y'all check this out. So this right here is. Let's see if I can make it. Oh, that's too big. Hold on. Get on back here. All right. Now I need to make it bigger so y'all can see it. Hold on. Oh, it's too far. I'm gonna have to do it right there. Okay, so you got 3 layers of behavior change. So it's three ways people can change. They can either change the outcomes, which is on the outside of the circle, which that's what everybody do. Everybody want to change the outcome. And this is what he's talking about when he say that, changing outcomes. Okay, so you decide I'm gonna lose weight because I always, use the term losing weight. I want to lose weight. I want to save this much money. I want to buy this item. Whatever your outcome is, whatever thing you want to work on, that's on the outside of the circle, right? Now, the middle one is the processes. So that's how you do it. Last week, we talked about the difference between a goal and a habit. And the goal is the way that you do things, the habit is what you're actually doing. So you can change the processes. So, for example, I want to lose weight. Okay, what is my process? Well, I need to stop eating out. I'm not going to eat out. Or I want to save so much money. So I'm going to take this much money out my paycheck. I'm going to get direct deposit to take it out before I even see it. So all of those things are the process. So what people usually do, they come up with an idea, the outcome they want to change. I don't like this. I want to change it. Next thing they do is they say, okay, what do I need to do? Oh, change my process. You change the way you do things, but you don't change who you are. You change the way you do things. For example, he talked about how people like messy pack rats. People they decide their house messy or the room messy. They want to clean it, so they get together the energy to clean it. They go ahead and do that, and next thing you know, the room is spotless, it's clean. But guess what? They still messy. So that room gonna get right back messy again in about 2 weeks. So look at that interior one right here. The one in the middle is the identity. Now, this is what he spends a lot of time on. He spends a lot of time talking about the identity. When you change who you are, it's the deepest level of change ever. You change the person that you want to be. Just like in the example I talked about with the people smoking. One said, I'm trying to quit. So what? They changed their process. They changed what they do when somebody offers them a cigarette. They change what they do when they have a craving. But the second person actually changed his identity. He changed who he is. He is not a smoker. Man, put this on exercise. You know what? Exercise is a big one because all of us probably could stand to lose some weight. And we get out there and we work out or whatever, and we say, all right, I'm going to run a mile. I'm going to walk. That's it. I'm walking because walking is like the best thing you can do to lose weight. So you get out there and your process change. All right, I'm going to walk when I get home. This is what I'm doing. I'm going. And sometimes they get hard. They get real hard, especially if it's raining or you done had a long day like I done had today. Some days you ain't gonna do it. But when you change your identity, right? You change yourself to say, I'm not going to walk, but I am a walker. And what do walkers do? They walk all the time. They exercise all the time. That's what they do. So you change your identity. That is the big part of what this chapter is talking about. Okay. Let me get my stuff set back up here. All right. Now, this one, look what we got here. He said, now, there's two mistakes that people make when they're trying to change their habits. There's two things. Number one, you try to change the wrong thing. And number two, you try to change your habits the wrong way. So you're changing the wrong thing. You're focusing on whatever the goal is. And that's wrong. What he's saying is that if we spend more time changing our identity, then we can become what we want to do and achieve all the things that we want to achieve. For example, everybody talking about saving money because no lie, y'all, everything costing more. I start making a little more money this year, but I can't even tell because eggs like $7 a piece. You're going to start eating fake eggs or something around here. But what he's saying though is this: if you want to save money, for example, we're gonna say I want to save money, and I need to save this, I need to do this stuff, I need to direct deposit, take out this money out my check so I don't even see it. Or if you follow Dave Ramsey, I'm doing the Dave Ramsey plan. So I got all these envelopes and a bunch of cash, and I spend the envelopes, and that stuff can work. It'll work. It'll get you out of debt. But if you have not become a saver, as soon as you get out of debt, you're gonna fall right back in it. And that's what James Clear, the author of this book, is talking about: is stop trying to make stuff, to make all these goals and stuff, and just change who you are. I'm a saver. Then you get in your mind, oh, savers don't do that. So, all right, let's jump into this. Cause see, this one ain't that long. We rolling. So the second, but how to change your habits. Okay, let's get it. Start by identifying the habits you want to change. So I want to do this thing. I want to start eating right. Then you make a plan to change the habits, and you got to track your progress. So you track your progress after that. And the most important thing is you have to be patient and persistent. Now, that is a hard one because, and I'm going to tell y'all no lie. All right, this is straight up truth. So the part about being patient is that you have to last for a while. You may have to do something for a year, 2 years, 3 years. You got to be patient enough to stick around until your goals and everything you want to do come to fruition. I mean, I'm gonna tell you no lie. This is me. This is me here. I've been doing this since 2019. 2019, been making content, doing all this stuff, and I I don't get paid for it. None of that. But I don't do it to get paid. But still not a lot of people watch it. So, but I got to be patient for my time to come. So again, patient and persistent. So you got to be consistent with what you do and be persistent with what you do. And that's a part of changing these goals and doing what we got to do. So I want to show y'all this. Um, so he got this. Let me share the screen again. Atomic Habits. Okay, there we go. Throw this up there. All right. So those are the bullseye thing we looked at earlier. You got 1, 2, and 3. Layer 1 is the outcome. Layer 2 is the process. Layer 3 is the identity. So when you do this, outcome-based habits start from the outside and work in. So you start with the outcome you want to reach, you change your process, and then eventually you might change who you are. And those usually don't last long. But what this guy's arguing is that identity-based habits last longer because one, you go inside the circle and change yourself. Then because you change yourself, you change the way you do things. Now, because you change the way you do things, the outcomes change. Man, this is familiar. This is familiar. Have y'all ever talked to somebody who trying to change their life? Who trying to do something different? And they say, "Oh, no matter whatever I do, I can't get it. I can't go there." And the only reason it's not working because you have to change who you are. If you was a crackhead and you want to stop smoking crack, then guess what? You need to act like somebody who don't do that. Because if you rely on your own feelings to make you quit, you're gonna be right back on it. That go for everything. All right. Now we talking about changing identity. Now this is gonna be our last section, and I want to spend some time on this because I wrote a little workbook to go with this. Put it out as soon as I can. I don't know when I get to finish it, but I'm gonna go through some of that stuff. So, how do you change your identity? How do you change? Because I'm not gonna sit here and tell you something and then not tell you how to do it. Now, the first thing you have to do, well, according to the author of this book, is decide the kind of person you want to be. I tell kids this all the time. They try to say, "Oh, I can't do this because I'm not good. I can't do that because that's not who I am." But you want the good rewards. So what are you going to do with that? You need to change the person that you are. There is no way you without changing you, this stuff don't work. So how do you decide who you want to be? Well, the first thing is you look around you and then you figure out who you want to be like. I saw a video, man. This dude who'd run the Fresh Out YouTube channel. And he interviewed people that have been locked up a long time. And this one guy said a saying that I never forget. And he said, I was a copycat, but I was copying the wrong cats. There you go. Copy the right people. So one big thing, somebody said, "Oh, I want to be a millionaire." Okay, that's fine. You want to be a millionaire? Well, you better copy some millionaires and do what they did. That's the best way to do it. Number two, you want to make a plan. You want to make a plan or how you're going to do this thing. How are you going to change yourself? What habits are you going to adopt to do that? For example, if you want to be somebody who's in shape, six pack abs, all that stuff, you got to change a whole bunch of stuff. So what you going to do? first. You got to change the way you eat. You can't buy the same stuff. So all that sugar sweet cereal you got up there. Oh man, I had a dude used to always come and ask to rake our yard. And he said, I don't want no money. I just want some sugar sweet cereal and some bread. So if all you got is sugar sweet cereal, you ain't getting in shape. You're not gonna have abs. You got to change the habits. You're gonna have to be one of those meal preppers who eat broccoli and chicken breasts every day. CT Fletcher said, I don't care if it don't taste good. I ain't eating it to taste good. I'm trying to get in shape. So you got to make that plan to do that. And then number 3, you got to take some action. You got to get on the road and do something. You got to get up and make a move. What happens when you don't take action? And you end up being somebody who just know a lot about a thing, but they never doing it. So we definitely got to do that. And finally, again, be patient because change takes some time. Change take a lot of time. So that's the conclusion. I mean, this is gonna be short today. You know, I'm kind of steering the ship by myself, and I'm kind of tired. I'm gonna go and get me something to eat in a minute. So, in summary, the most effective way to change your habits is to focus on who you want to be and follow the steps to change your identity. Change your identity. Change your identity. So that's all I got. This is gonna be a short one tonight. I meant to remove that. We're gonna have a short one tonight. We're gonna be done, and we're gonna come back next week. We might be full strength, and we're gonna go ahead and get this done. If you're reading the book, keep on going and encourage somebody else to read it, listen to the audio book, whatever you got to do. So, but for me, y'all know what? That is all I got. Let me find me some outro music here. I'm gonna do this. All right, y'all. OG said, thank you, man. Appreciate it. I wish we was full strength. Jason the Lion would have been here. We probably would have went a whole lot longer. But we gonna go with what we got, man. I appreciate you. So anyway, man, you know I love y'all. And just stay tuned. We have some more stuff coming soon. All right, we out. Peace.